What's up, everybody? Uh-oh, I got my YouTube on too. I was joining the chat. But welcome to the Togethermess Big Brother bonus episode. It's Friday, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, having a good time. And let's forget about life for a little bit. Thank you guys so much. I know we try to keep this podcast and, this live a little bit separate from what we do. And thank you guys so much. I'm not going to get into it today. On Monday, you guys could tune in and hear everything that I'm going to say, but continuing on from Wednesday, all your messages touched me. I read every single one of them and it made me feel so good. And I'll just leave it at that. So thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers and all the well wishes and everything you guys do. You guys are like my second family out there. So thank you so much. We do this for you guys. It's very therapeutic, at least for me, I think for both of us. So thank you so much. But we're going to have some fun today. Let's talk some Big Brother because it's been a crazy week in the Big Brother house. And speaking of that, you know what? One more thing going back to that, Big Brother just brings families together. And the biggest compliment I get out there is, you know what? We watched you and my whole family and, my mom and my brothers, we all came together and things like that. And that's exactly what Big Brother has done for my family. And we continue on watching, even though things happened, my whole family watches, we all talk, we all communicate, and it keeps us together. So that's the best part of Big Brother is that it brings that community together, not within just our own family, but with you guys too. So I really appreciate that. And we're continuing on that tradition. Never forget where we came from, but let's have some fun. Huh?
One thing though, I wanted to say what I love about Big Brother is how 1 week you can love somebody and then the next week you're like, wait, you're kind of getting on my nerves. I don't think I like you anymore. And how it changes week by week, dynamics with people. And I will first start, we're going to go back. We're not going to talk about last night's. We're going to go back. Riley wins HOH.
Okay. There we go.
Cowboy.
Being on it.
I was very excited that when Riley won, because I was like, it's not going to be Kelly and Keanu on the block like it's been every single week because people want to play it safe. I go, he's actually going to make a move.
Right.
He's actually going to put big players up and it's going to shake the game a bit. It's not going to be just your boring regular nominations. So I was happy about that.
Yeah, no. So I wish we had more. It's so weird how me and Jordan are so different in personalities, but when it comes to like Big Brother, we very much align on the same side.
People.
And we very much pull for the underdogs because I feel like that's what we were, at least on our first season, going to the house. We were underdogs, so I'm always pulling.
Remember they told me I was going to go home because I aligned with you, and then nobody would talk to you, and you were in that recycling room all by yourself. And Jeff does this still now. He takes his feet. It annoys me so much, but
I do that. I don't know why I do that. I don't know. It comforts
still to this day, 16 years later, you still do that. And I remember you in the recycling room doing this with your feet. And you told me not to align with you because you said I would go. And I was like, I don't care. I didn't even know what was going on in the house.
That's when I really, really, for people out there who followed us, and I'm sure everyone knows that story, but that's when I really was like, she's got my back. And I'm a very loyal person to a fault. And that was the moment when I was like, she's got my back.
Yeah. And then we became besties in the house.
And then we
nothing else.
So let's get to the gameplay. Yeah.
Okay. So because I have to write everything.
Before we start, guys, make sure you get in your questions right now. Leave them in the comment section. We're going to be answering your questions throughout the show. So be very specific on what you want us to answer. Don't be general because we're going to cover all the generalities and things like that. Is that a word?
Get tongue twisted?
Yeah. I'm always confused about the word generalities.
I think it was the beers. I
did have a beer too.
Okay. So, because I don't want to miss this. Riley, we didn't see his nominations because Mickey activates her power.
Right. So we'll speed through this so you guys all know what happened in the house and things like that. And again, we do not watch the live feed, so this has nothing to do with the live feeds. We're going to cover you guys up to what happened yesterday, but go ahead, finish that.
Oh, you know what? I need to go back because I skipped this. Riley had to guess who had the power. And then if he got it wrong, and if you all watched, it annoyed me so much, Ashley's smirk on her face when Riley was talking and how she was laughing. It was so condescending, I felt like. And I was like, he is getting tricked. He should have listened to Vinny in the
Right.
beginning, because Vinny, and I want to say Lauren did say, I think Mickey has the power. But he guessed wrong. He got tricked. And then Mickey took over HOH, and then she did the nominations.
Which let me say this, Mickey, shout out to Mickey. I think that was a good move. I think that was a good gameplay. I think he was honest to Keanu about who he was going to put up. And I think that's who he would have put up.
Yeah.
And Mickey caught wind of it and could only use that power for X amount of weeks till jury, which is coming very soon. So I think that was a good gameplay on her move. If I have to say right now, just to jump ahead a little bit, we'll still go back. Mickey and Vinny, I think, are playing the best games in the house.
I agree. Yeah. And I like how calm she is. So when Riley was really upset at Mickey, she was just like, listen, it's a game move. And she was very calm. She never raised her voice. I like how chill she is. I like that she stands up for herself, and I like that she's playing the game.
Yeah. So I think it was a good move for her to overthrow those nominations, even though as a fan, again, we're
at first when I saw Keanu and Kelly, I was like, no. And I felt bad for Kelly because she was crying and she's like, I'm so tired of this, because she's been fighting. I go back and forth with Kelly. Sometimes I'm like, I really like you. And then other times I'm like, stop talking. Stop sharing info. Same thing with Keanu. Keanu is a great gamer, but his social game, he's got to stop talking. He has to stop talking.
I'm going to give my Keanu speech to everybody in a little bit. But to go back to Kelly, because this is what me and Jordan talk about when we're watching.
Yeah, this is just like us watching the game.
Exactly, watching the show. Kelly did this to herself, and I really like her. I think she's a sweet girl. I think she's a really good game player. I think she's tough at competitions. She should have never put herself on the block. Never nominate yourself to be on the block and say, hey, I'm going to take one for the team, because it's easy. And then look what happens. Week after week, it's an easy vote for every single player, not just for the person that you were trying to do that within Vinny. Now everyone's like, oh, it's easy to just put you on the block, or it's easy to put Keanu on the block. No blood on your hands, but you got to make a big move. And Mickey made a big move this week.
I was saying they're editing this to trick us. And while we're watching, I was like, there's no way she's going to put Jimmy on the block. And I was shocked. But Vinny did a great job. No, Vince. Do they call him Vinny or Vince?
Oh, I'm sorry. I call him Vinny too.
Okay, Vince.
Yeah.
Sorry if we said his name wrong. I thought people called him
Vinny. Vinny or Vince. If you call John Johnny, people are going to be pissed. Is that where we're at in the world?
Yeah.
No,
that's exactly where we're at.
No, Vince. Yeah, Vince.
You like macaroni and cheese? I don't like macaroni and cheese. Canceled.
All right, let's. This is a Big Brother podcast, but so yeah, I thought that was a great move. Speaking of Vince, I thought that was the best move in the whole game so far, when Vince went up to Mickey and kind of threw Jimmy under the bus. That's why we keep saying Vinny, because Jimmy and Vinny. That's why I keep saying that. That was the best move so far in the game, because he did it nonchalantly. He really knows the game. And I thought he was playing too fast, too hard. And I think he knows it now, because he was almost on the block. So now I'm just kind of spitballing into what we were saying when everything went down. When Rachel said to Mickey in the HOH room, I think you should put up Vinny. I thought that was a great move by Rachel. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. But if Mickey takes that advice, that's not going to be Mickey's move. Rachel's going to take credit for that move. If she does make it further into the end, like to the speeches in the final two, Rachel could say, that wasn't Mickey's HOH. I made her put up Vinny, or I made her put up Vince. So that would have taken away from Mickey's HOH. Right. Mickey didn't take that because she got some other information from Vince. And I thought that was the best move of the game so far by Vince to suggest that and put that in Mickey's ear and throw Jimmy under the
But
bus.
I think what helped back it up was that she was already getting word that Jimmy was playing both sides. So then that's really what helped push her decision.
Yes. All right. So now
should we take a break and then questions?
No,
Okay.
let me give my Keanu speech real fast, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Keanu was my pick to win. Mickey was my sleeper, and Morgan was my pick to win for the girls. So I have all three still in the game. Keanu's in big trouble. I'm supporting him 100%. My kids love Keanu.
Oh, love him.
I can't wait. I'm like, my Lawson's like, do you think we could talk to that guy? I'm like, buddy, we're going to talk to Keanu. At some point, we're going to have Keanu on this show. So I'm team Keanu. I know some people out there might not like him or his gameplay. And I got to be honest with you, his gameplay is not that great. He talks too much, but he shows up and backs it up. But you can't do that every single week. Eventually, you're going to get got.
I like his DRs. He's like, once again on the block. And he's just very calm when he's on there. I love hang on, keep talking.
Okay,
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Speaking of calmness,
that's where I was going to go.
Was he through that whole veto, walking back and forth, and Vince kind of described that.
Riley.
Who described it perfectly in the DR? That was Vince.
Oh, okay, Vince. Sorry.
Talking like walking back and forth, kind of like a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was
like him. Michael Myers.
Yeah, that was Vince, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he described it perfectly. And I don't know, I'm just team Keanu. I'm such an underdog guy. I feel like I don't know the guy at all. You know what I mean? I don't agree. I don't know, watch the live feed, so whatever. But I understand he's a big guy with a big heart, but he's a gentle giant.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. And I don't know. I don't watch the live feeds, but I'm still team Keanu, and
I don't want to see him on the block again. I hope he has a free week and he can just actually be in there stress-free, because I will be sad if he is on the block and he does go home, because I feel like he's proven like to be there.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about that whole exchange.
Oh, yeah.
When we come back. All right, that was fast. Welcome back.
And we're back.
So we're talking about the exchange that was had
Ava.
after Keanu did win and saved himself once again from that veto.
It was crickets. I felt bad for him. Not one person.
Because usually everyone jumps up and you run and you put the thing around their neck, and you're like, yay, I saved myself, and it was crickets, and again, with editing, we don't know how silent it was.
But we've played the game and we know what that feels like when people are feeling super competitive, and when everybody's wanting you to lose, and then that house gets to you and you break down. You start losing it a little bit.
And I always say, on day 40, just from working there for years and playing the game twice, around day 40, I don't know where we're at, but we're getting close and the emotions are starting to kick in. I told you that. I'm like, here we go. Emotions starting to kick in. And this is a point in the game where the outside world
is distant,
starts becoming a little bit smaller, and the Big Brother house starts becoming your reality. So that's what those players are going through. So I give them all grace. We're not going to bash anybody on the show. We're just going to talk about their gameplay. And I never would judge anybody's character from being on that show, because it's a pressure cooker and you don't know what it's like till you're there, just like a lot of things in life.
It's so much harder than people think. And everybody's like, I'm the best. Well, the best part about Big Brother is you don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be the smartest. Anybody can win.
That's right.
It's just making it, to the end.
Yeah. Which brings us to which my point was with Ava, when Keanu said, I believe you have a prompt.
Yep.
I thought that was a great line, because nobody cheered him on. He won that. He casually won that. And he was against Rachel, who, who's a comp beast, but age gets everybody.
I said that when I talked to Alyssa, because I was saying, I go, how old's your sister now? And she said 40, and you're going against 20-something year olds. You're not going to, if you were I watched you throw a football with
What?
the high school kids last summer.
I fired at pigskin.
When you were running and you cut your corner, you would look like you were out of breath compared to all the buff high schoolers.
I got a bad leg.
You look like
I got a
dad.
bad leg from kickball. So you do lose a step. You think you got it up here, which I think Rachel's realizing right now. But
maybe they need to have a 40+ big brother returning.
A geriatric big brother. Yeah. Like a senior bachelorette. Like
Yeah.
they should do big brother.
But I don't like Ava. I don't know where she's at. All I ever see is her just making the camera just does all her facial reactions.
Facial reactions, she falls a lot.
She falls all the
Funny
time.
character, great casting. But I will say again, she's a young girl. I'm not trying to disparage anybody here. I didn't like the way she talked to Keanu.
No,
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like that. He was under the bus. Everyone was voting for him week after week, wanted him to leave. He keeps doing it, keeps getting a veto, and then saying like, hey, I believe you have a prompt, and coming back at him like that because the whole house hates him. Mm-hmm. There's no world where Ava's a bully, and I hate to throw around that term, but come on, man, give the guy a little bit of props. It is a game. I just didn't like that. I didn't like the way
I like that they were in the room together and they were talking and he was apologizing. Like you said, he's, I think, a gentle giant and he felt bad. And then remember, she was talking the DR. She's like, if I win HOH, he's going up. She said that. I was just watching.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong, but that's just the way I felt. That was my initial reaction. I'm just being honest with that. So let's get to
questions and then we'll talk about Jimmy.
Oh, I was going to say, let's get to
questions.
Thursday's episode.
Yeah, let's get some questions.
All right, let's throw a question out there. Yeah.
What do you think about the Showmances so far? So I have that written down in my notes. So I feel like the only showmance right now, again, we don't watch live feeds, but is Catherine and Riley. Is there another showmance?
Zach and Morgan and Zach and Lauren, at least on the show, seem to be simmering down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's anything.
But it seems like Riley and Catherine are heating up.
They're cute. I mean,
because you know what? Adversity brings people together,
mm-hmm.
And that's what they went through. And I really thought Mickey was going to put Catherine, Riley, and Keanu on the block. That's what I thought when she overturned everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought because Catherine
I for sure thought Catherine was going on the block.
Me and you talked
about that.
What's that girl's name?
Catherine snapped at Rachel.
Oh, Ashley.
Oh, I thought she snapped at Rachel.
No, she snapped at Ashley, right? And then Rachel jumped in.
Rachel.
I don't know. Whatever. However that went down. Yeah. And then Rachel kind of jumped in.
Yeah.
So I thought she was going on the block.
I like Catherine. I think she sticks up for herself. She seems a little spicy. And I like her.
You think that Showmance is gonna?
Maybe. You never know. I think it's people always say, "Oh, the Big Brother Showmances have so much success rate than Bachelor," and it's because you spend so much time with the person you're with, like we did. There's no internet, no TVs, there's no distractions. And then especially if you're working together and the house is all against you, you're going to bond even more. And that's exactly what we did. We weren't trying to have a showmance. You were just like my friend. And then it evolved. And then, I started liking you and the whole thing. But same for you, because if we were in a bar, we probably would have never talked, which is so crazy to me because we would have, what you dated was not like, I'm the opposite, and I would have thought you were old.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down, but Catherine didn't seem like she was interested in Riley, and then their adversity brought them together, and they conquered that. They got through at least this week, so that's going to make them tighter as a unit. So I think that's obviously the strongest showmance going on in the house.
Yeah, I think they're cute, and he's a bull rider. That's kind of hot.
Let's take another question. Even they threw up. They're like, all right, good. Go ahead. Read that.
What do you think about Ashley trying to change her answer? So we didn't. Okay, so now we can go into. No, you can't do that. You're
No,
told,
you can't do that.
You're told. Well, I don't know. It's been a very long time since we've been on the show. But once you say your answer to Julie, you're locked in. You're not allowed to change after you say your answer.
That's never happened ever. That someone goes back in there, and it was all because of Rachel's influence. Rachel stopped her in the hallway and got in her ear. We don't know what was said.
But that's not good because now people are going to, she should have just voted with the house. She shouldn't have. Everybody knew Rachel was going to give Jimmy a vote.
But why would you, it brings me back to, we were talking, why would Rachel give Jimmy a vote, but she didn't give Amy a vote, she was the tightest with in the house? But then she's going to give Jimmy a vote. Rachel, I think, she's losing control. She's losing power and losing control. That's what I think. I think a lot of people are finding their way in the house. I think Rachel has a leg up because she's been through it twice before and she understands the ups and downs of Big Brother. I mean, we're talking who's up this week. Next week, you're down.
Yeah.
That's living it. That's being in the game and saying,
you never ride
we're riding high. As soon as you think you're riding high, you're going to crash.
You're out. You get voted out like the next week.
Right.
But me and Jeff were talking about this. This was season 13 when it was a veto. I believe it was a veto. I'm going back, you guys, and correct me because some of you are like better Big Brother people than us. Remember when we were all going to get Danny out and Brennan came back in the house and it was all of us against Danny and every single one of us got knocked out and Danny won.
Season 13, the veto competition. And you know what it was? Speaking of riding high, remember we all went in that room and we started dancing?
Yes. That is right.
We started dancing because Brendan was back. It was me, Rachel. We were all together.
Yep.
And we're like, we're going to run through this house.
Yep.
And then it was just random guessing. It was total.
Because the goal was for all of us to stick together
right.
until we all had to go against each other.
Right. And then the only person that could not win that competition at the time was Danny Donato. Danny Donato raises up and wins that veto.
I would, if they did do a All-Stars or they did bring another person back, I would love to see her play. She is amazing. She's so good at competitions and she's a good social player. She's so good.
She's part of Big Brother history for sure.
She really is.
Which brings me to another thing. What's with all this queen shit? Every single person's a queen. You can have one queen. There's one king and one queen. Not everybody's a fucking queen. Queen, yes. Queen. What? This is a queen. I'm a queen. This is a queen. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
I think it's the young kids.
But everybody's a queen? What do you mean? Who's the queen? There's one queen.
You made me think. I was just at Charlotte Tilbury getting some makeup.
What?
And I got some makeup, and the person's like, yeah. The person helping me, and it just makes me laugh because every time it's always yes, queen. But I was talking about the blush, and they did one side here, one color here, and they were like, oh, this one, yes.
See, well, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. But when you're talking about a game,
but this person was like
goat,
25.
The goat or the queen or the king of Big Brother. Not everybody could be a queen. Not every single woman who played Big Brother is the queen. Get real. Anyways.
Where are we? Okay.
Let's take another question.
You guys have to talk about the shout outs and now all the chatting in the hallway. Oh, I said this yesterday. What's going on with that? I'm shocked BB is letting this happen. Okay. I said this yesterday when everybody's passing in the hallway. It annoys me when they do some dance or a cheer or a jump when they're passing each other. We were not allowed to do that either. You had to cast your vote and you had to get out there because it's live.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I'm so into like production and behind the scenes and things like that. When I was watching last night's episode, I was like, oh my God, production's got to be going crazy.
Like Ashley,
they're on the
hurry
clock.
up because yes. And I'm sure Julie's like,
and Julie,
hurry
again,
up.
Such a professional, didn't say like, you guys got to go, just very calmly, please cast your vote. And I'm like, Julie is a pro, dude. She's such a pro that I would have been like, What are you doing? Cast your vote.
But you're the host.
I
You
know,
can't.
yeah,
Julie can't do
know,
that.
I
I'm sure
know.
in her head she was saying, "Oh my god!"
But she's such a pro that she just kept it calm. I'm sure people in her ear were like, "All right, we're running out of time here," because you only have so much time on live TV where you run out, where you have to hit those marks and get that commercial.
But
breaks in.
from working on a live show, they're in her ear and they'll tell Julie like go to the next, or they're like we're going to commercial.
They'll probably tell her, listen, 45 seconds. They're probably saying in her ear, and Julie, I'm sure was like, oh my gosh, hurry up. What are you guys doing? Why would you come back in and cast another vote? But when she came back in, she goes, nope, you can't do that. Please cast your vote.
Yeah.
But the shout outs need to stop. Listen, my vote's for Jordan. Love you, fam.
Yeah, go.
We all know that you love your family. We all know that. Now, we wanted to do that too. We weren't allowed to at that point, but the game's evolved and maybe production will evolve. But I think that's part of the game now, which a lot of people are getting turned off on.
Yeah, I think it's annoying.
Let's take another one.
As a Canadian, I'm wondering, have y'all ever seen Big Brother Canada? I have not. I don't even know where you watch it.
In Canada.
No. I'm saying in the US because people watch it.
No, isn't it canceled?
I thought it was canceled. Wasn't Big Brother Canada canceled? I have no idea. If it's not in the US, I don't watch it.
Why would you?
I don't know. Because other people are like, watch Big Brother Australia or watch. I don't know where you watch it.
All right. That's a good time to take a break. Let's take a break and we'll come back with another question.
Would you give up?
Oh, we got there you go. Welcome back.
Okay.
Hit that.
Would you give up 10,000 to get off the block? Zach may have to do this. Yeah, I would.
100%. When you're in there, money doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
At least when you get to when you're first in there, when Zach first won, he's probably like, man, I won 10 grand. And when you're in there starting to get like this long, money, again, the outside world, it's not that it doesn't exist, but this starts becoming your reality. And you're like, that currency in here does me no good. My currency in here is connections and power and strength and things like that. That's what the currency is. It's not money. It's that's your power in there. Just like what Mickey had.
Mm-hmm.
That's your currency in there.
Yeah.
So $10,000, you're like, whatever. I just want to get to the next week. I remember winning $5,000. I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather give it away and
just make it in like the top 7, and they'll have something where you can win some prizes possibly.
Yeah, but when you're thinking about your eyes on the big prize, which is $750,000 now, that doesn't, you want to win the game.
Yeah.
So 10 grand, I'm telling you, doesn't mean anything when you're in there for the long haul.
That was a good answer. Why couldn't it have been 750,000 when I was on?
Why couldn't it be 50,000 when I won America's Favorite twice?
You did? Oh yeah, you did.
What do you mean I did?
I forgot about season 13.
Speaking of king and queen.
Good for you.
Good for you. You took first and you took fourth. Why aren't you the queen?
Because I'm not a great.
We're the most successful couple coming out of Big Brother ever. No love. 2-time American Favorite Player. No love. First and fourth. No queen. Next question.
Next question. Did you have a flashback to Jeff's coup d'etat overturning Shima's HOH when Riley's HOH was overturned? I did. Me and Jeff talked about that again. I go, oh my gosh, I feel like we're having flashbacks of you when you changed everything. But what did you say? You said something.
Riley said in the DR, and he goes, I don't think this has ever happened in Big Brother history. And I said out loud, I go, oh, it sure has. I did that.
Yeah.
Remember I said that like out loud?
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
All right. So what was your reaction? What do you mean? Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't have a reaction. I was just like, oh yeah, that happened.
Oh, cool for the podcast. Want to get another question?
What do you think about the new Blockbuster competition? And because of this competition, there really can't be any blindsides this season.
Wait, what?
What do you think about the new Blockbuster competition? Because of this competition, there can't
Oh,
be really any blindsides. Do you mean like because you're
no, I see what they're saying now. So like, but they did kind of backdoor Vinny. That so there it's still in play.
Jimmy?
But the
You keep
dang,
saying
I keep
Vinny.
saying Vinny. I watch too much Entourage. I keep saying
And
Vinny.
my
Yeah.
cousin Vinny.
Oh, my cousin Vinny. Yeah.
Yeah, you love that.
But I totally get your question. I still would take the chance to backdoor somebody, just like what happened to Jimmy,
Mhm.
because there's a 1 in 3 chance that he still goes home. If he's going to get you, he's going to get you. The back door isn't always an opportunity, but it's a great way to get somebody out without any like facing the wrath of just sitting in the house and dealing with them all week.
You
So
made
I
a
would
good
still-
point about Keanu and Kelly being they keep doing the blockbusters, so they're well practiced. Other people haven't. It's more pressure, so they're so nervous.
Yeah.
I feel like Kelly and Keanu are like, all right, I've done this. Just one of us win.
Yeah. So I was talking when we were watching the show, I said that, and oh, here we go. I got to relive the clown shoe. But I was panicked during when I got evicted on season 13 during the clown shoe and didn't realize that I threw the shoe out of, the ball pit.
But
or whatever.
if Jeff
You
was
watched
on
that.
the other side where I was sitting, I could have yelled and told you I didn't see it thrown
Right. So
out because you were on the far end. But if you were sitting or I was sitting out and then if you were moved, I could have told you that the shoe fell out.
Right. So but I was also panicked because I knew my life was on the line.
But you also do the what ifs. Everybody
Of
always
course,
does.
but what I'm saying is Keanu was very calm because he's
So
been
calm.
there the last 3 weeks. And when you're in there for the first time, like Jimmy, maybe we felt the same thing. He's like, if I don't get this, I'm out. My life is on the line.
Yeah.
So now it's a live show. You've been thinking about this all week. Here we go. It's Jimmy's turn to do his thing. And he hasn't been there before. This is his first time facing adversity on live TV, and he got shook.
Yeah.
And it's just funny how things turn out. But I think keeping calm, what Keanu does, and not saying
Riley was calm. Riley was in this.
Maybe
one.
not make it past this week, but that's a big part of like you gotta even in like anything in any sport and fighting and anything, you gotta calm yourself down, realize what's going on around you. And I'm speaking out of experience. I didn't have that calmness when I got eliminated. I was just going bananas and throwing balls everywhere, and I lost. So I think that's part of it, like slowing yourself down, and it's just. It just comes with age.
I feel like too, Keanu, because he's a gamer, that's probably why he's calmer. Because he probably plays games all the time.
Let's take another question.
What was your favorite area in the Big Brother house so no one bothers you, or is the house too small to get away? You can't really get away.
No, you can't get away.
And then every time you're I always laugh.
And there's more rooms now than there was when we played.
I know. I would have just hid in the bunk bed and talked because it's like I feel like you're covered.
There's bunk beds. There's the workout room.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more rooms, but maybe there isn't. There's that back room and upstairs that wasn't there, right?
I think that's like
it's
open
gotten
now.
a little bigger, but you could always go outside unless there's competitions being played and they shut that down for the evening or the day or whatever it is. Then you're really trapped and you kind of just go in wherever.
I always would just go outside. I hated when for instance, like OTEV, that's like a big elaborate competition. You're inside for hours and you don't get to go outside until the competition. And I hated feeling like closed in and it would be like cold in there. There's really nowhere you can go. It always makes me laugh though when two people are talking and somebody walks in and then it's that awkward like, oh, hey, what's going on? And you're acting like you weren't talking game, but they know you were talking game.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's weird. Let's just rapid fire some questions because you guys, thanks for tuning in.
Do you think there's a twin in the house this year?
A twin?
No, I don't. Why would I think there was a twin?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. A twin?
Who knows?
Now you got me thinking.
Expect
You know
the
what's weird about?
unexpected.
Yeah, I don't think so.
How dirty is the Big Brother house with everyone living inside? It's really not that bad. I mean, some people you have to end up cleaning after, and that gets annoying. Remember, like
Yes.
always doing the dishes. Everybody has to wash their own sheets. Here,
Oh,
go.
our kids are.
Go.
But that is a big problem. Like especially in the beginning, just like Ashley, if you take showers too long, in Ashley's instance, or in our instance, if you're not clean or don't clean up after yourself, that's like, you know what? Let's get this dirty person out of here. I'm sick of cleaning up after them. It's a
I
reason
know.
like to evict somebody.
It is. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
And then always towards the end of the season, there's ants.
Yeah, it gets
Yeah,
because people
then
stop caring and stop taking care of things. And
there was one competition, remember, where they can destroy the house because they have to hide. They have to hide like an idol or
that's
something.
coming up.
Oh,
I would
that
have
would
loved that.
no.
What do you mean?
Then you have to clean it.
I don't know. I just feel like breaking things are my favorite.
Okay, no.
What?
Back
You don't
then,
like to break light bulbs?
no, I don't.
A light bulb? It's fun to break it.
Why? That's weird.
What? I don't think
Who
so.
likes to break a light bulb? That's so
All right,
random.
write in if you like to break light bulbs.
Ava in the hammock was hilarious.
Oh, she fell out of the hammock.
Just like she fell
She
at that
I
competition.
know she's like I said, I think Ava's great in her personality. I think she's great for Big Brother. I don't know why she talked to Keanu like that. Probably something else going on, or maybe she was feeling the vibe from the rest of the house. But she's very funny to watch.
Yes, very
Yeah.
funny. How are we on time?
Read
Are the have-nots still forced to sleep in those crime scene cutouts?
Good
I haven't
question.
even heard them say anything about have-nots. I
Yeah,
know
who is a have-not?
I know it was Rachel and them, but they can't still be have-nots.
They're not Aaron. Well, listen, we don't watch the live feed, so we don't know. So I don't know if there are have-nots, or I think there is.
I think
but they
there's
haven't
so
showed.
much going on in the house right now that they probably haven't aired that because that's just.
But
boring.
again, another genius part of the game. I'm more into now, after doing all that and going through it and then working for the show, this psychological part of the whole thing is so brilliant to me. And how they throw in, like, you can't eat for the whole week, which turns your emotions, you get hangry, you make irrational decisions, and it's just genius the way it all comes together. And me and Riley, our producer, not Riley in the show, Riley, our producer, were talking before this, and she was like, it's just
learning the rules.
Yeah, like learning everything and how everything goes down. And I don't know, it's very fascinating to me, the psychological part of the game, which as a viewer, you don't take into consideration, like what they're feeling or what they're going through, or knowing that day 40 is coming up. And that's just my philosophy, that your mind starts to change and emotions start to change, and you start feeling lonely, and this is your family. And then you just got backstabbed by the person who you trusted most. And all that comes into play. And as a viewer, you don't see any of that. You don't go through any of those emotions. But as a player and working for the show, you see all that like bright and shiny.
But the double eviction should be coming up soon, right? Or no?
They got to, because they have the most players.
That's why I was thinking there has to be some double eviction, or got to be some twist that's going to knock out some people.
Yeah. All right. So let's take one more question and then we'll wrap this bad boy up.
What were your favorite comps during your season?
I think, there's so many great comps during our season. I think it was Otev.
Yeah.
But now I would have loved to play in the comic book one, just to have a comic.
No, I wouldn't want to do that one.
What would you like?
I don't know. I just wouldn't want to hang. It would just hurt my implants.
Okay, so you're out for that one. How about the breaking thing? You're out for that one too? Because I would have liked to play both.
I like the ones when they're in the dark now.
Oh yeah, that's another
one.
And
they're crawling, and you can't see anything. I like those. That's fun. I wish they would pour bugs on them and have them freak out, or do something to make I don't know, to make it a little different, and or make them touch a snake, or I don't know.
Yeah, but so far, great season. What a great week of Big Brother. Who knows what's going to happen next week? I understand the live feeders out there already know what's going on. We don't, but let's run through the last of who's in the house. Ashley, how do you think her gameplay is right now? You don't like her. You don't like her face.
I don't like her gameplay. In the beginning, I was like, oh, she seems like so sweet. As of right now, no.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand with the
I'm not being mean. I'm just
we're not being. Listen, we're not. Listen, we understand what it's like to be in that house. We're not bagging on anybody. I wish everybody the best. Anybody who wants to come on this show when they're done, they're more than welcome. All the love. I understand what they went through and all that. And we're not even saying Ashley smiled at one point. That's all we're saying.
I like I'm just gonna say
Let's run through.
Okay.
Ava.
I don't know. I haven't seen any gameplay yet. All I see is her facial expressions.
I didn't like what she said to Keanu, but next week she might change me and do something and surprise me. And yeah, Catherine.
I like her, feisty. I want her to fight back.
And here, the perfect example. I didn't know if I liked Catherine in the beginning. I had no opinion, and I did like that she stood up in some sense for
her friend,
her man.
Her man.
We don't even know what that's turning into, but I did like that she stuck up for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. I'm sad.
Yeah,
that was a good line. That was a good line. Kelly.
She's fighting. I like Kelly. She's fighting. I don't want to see her going.
I like her too. I think her initial move of putting me on the block is her downfall. I think she could get through it, but I think that's why week after week she's on the block. But she's a fighter, she's a gamer, and I love to watch her on here.
And she just comes across as super sweet.
Lauren.
Too quiet. She's just riding low right now.
Yeah, she had the chance to make some moves. It was very early in the game. She was very predictable and sweet girl, but we'll see what happens in the future, but not impressive so far. Mickey.
I love Mickey. I really like her. I have a lot of respect for her. And like I said earlier, I think she's calm. I think she made a good move by getting rid of Jimmy, and she's playing her game. She's not letting anybody tell her what to do. I like her.
I think she's playing the best game, as I said before. Her and Vince, I think, is technical as Big Brother is. Like, if you want to say that, her and Jimmy or her and Vince are playing the best game. That's what I think. Morgan.
I like Morgan. I really like her. I think she's playing a good game too. I think she's loyal to Mickey. She has a really good relationship with Vince. I think she has a great shot at making it very far because she has people, I think, blocking. Like, other people are bigger targets, and I think she'll go right through, and I like her.
She's my pick to win for the girls, so I'm sticking with her. I think she's in a good spot. She's not making any big moves. She is in people's ears. She does have some soft alliances, and I think she's in a really good spot.
I think so too.
Again, I'm
feel
biased.
like she's in the best spot now.
She's in a good spot. I'm biased from the people I picked from the beginning. So Morgan, I think, is in a really good spot. Keanu.
I feel bad, but hopefully he doesn't get picked up again. He just needs to work on social game, not telling every little thing. I feel like he tells somebody something and then he goes to a different group and shares that information. I think if he just stays calm, doesn't share information, I mean, it's going to be really hard for him depending on who wins HOH. Hopefully it's Riley or somebody from his side that's not from the other side that's not going to put him up. If not, it might be his last week. I don't know, unless he wins another veto.
Yeah, which can't continue.
You can't win all of them.
Or maybe it can. I don't know. I'm pulling for Keanu. He was my pick to win, and my kids love him because he looks like Maui. So you never know who wins this game or why, but I know Keanu and live feeders, you might tell me different. I'm pulling for him. He's an underdog. He's proven himself week after week. So we're Team Keanu in this house, at least. Vince.
I think Vince, I think it's good he got rattled. I think he was getting a little cocky and thinking I'm playing all sides. And I think it scared him. And he's like, I need to pick a side and I need to not ride so high. So I think it's good he got brought down a little bit.
What are the chances Vince shaves his mustache this season?
What? No. I don't know.
If I were like in a position of power, I'd be like, I'll vote for you, but you got to shave your mustache.
Of
I
course
totally
you
would. I totally would. But anyways, back to the game. He's playing a good game. He knows the game very well, and he's playing a great game. I thought, he was kind of done when Rachel suggested that, because I'm like, that's a good move.
I thought he was too.
And for him to go back and put that in Mickey's ear again, great gameplay. Great gameplay. Something I would have never thought about it. Maybe I would have had too much pride or something like that. And he went up there graciously, not aggressive, very, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest fan, but he's making me a fan. I like Vince. He's playing the really good game. Will.
Oh, I like Will. I think I'm just like, keep doing what you're doing. I think he's good with everybody. I think other people are keeping him because they're like, we can beat him later on. I think Will make it far. And yes, I like Will. I think I think he's got a good heart.
I like Will. Charlotte guy, so I got to pull for him. And I just think he's a good guy, pulling for the older guy because I'm older now. I love Will. It seems like he got himself out of that position. We'll see what happens next week of being put on the block every week. Yeah. And I just think he's an easygoing, that father figure in the house. I'm glad he wasn't the first guy voted out, just like the old guys get voted out every week. So I think he can influence those kids, teach them a little bit about life in general, and have those good conversations with them. And I'm a big fan of Will. We'll see if he's got any big game in him. Zach.
I thought Zach would be now playing a little bit harder. I think he's just doing the same as Lauren, just staying under the radar. I did say to you, there's that other side, Mickey, Vince, who is it? Vinny, Vince, more, all that other side, Jimmy's side.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're just going to pick off him and Lauren. Like, what is he doing? I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in some of his gameplay.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I liked him in the beginning. I think
he's a nice guy.
I think the love triangle, what's going on, is messing with his head a little bit. And I don't know where his gameplay is. And I thought he was a loyal guy. And it seems like he's a little flippy floppy to me. And I think he's doing that to appease maybe Lauren or maybe Morgan. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. I just don't know
he seems like a guy's guy. I think he's a sweet guy and very handsome.
All right, you don't have to sugarcoat it.
But I think he needs to pick a side.
Yeah, I don't like his gameplay right now. I'll just put it out there. I forgot about Riley. Riley's the last one. What do you think about Riley's gameplay?
I think he's doing a good job. He got fired up a little bit, and I love that him and Mickey could talk after he got fired up. And he seems like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that he's an emotional guy. It's obvious, like seeing how upset he was. But he seems like a good guy. I haven't seen much of his gameplay. He lost his HOH. I'm rooting for him to win HOH again so he can see his family, because he really wanted to see them.
Yeah, I'm going to, you know what? I liked Riley right from the beginning before the show started, just because he was a cowboy and all that stuff and rodeo bull rider. And then when I watched him play a little bit, I was like, I'm a little disappointed. I'm kind of not feeling Riley anymore. And then after this week, the way he handled everything, got his HOH taken away. He got fired up. Those emotions came out, which I could totally relate with. And then went back and had that conversation with Mickey and said, you know what? I apologize.
I like him.
He got a hold of me. And I get that anger. I get that temper. I'm definitely Gemini in that sense, that I have two sides of me. So I relate with people like that could get their emotions under control. So I'm pulling for Riley. He's on the other side of the house, an underdog.
And he's a fan of the show, so he should understand.
I don't know if he is. He thought that was the first time.
Yeah, I think your emotions get in the way.
Yeah. All right. We went a little long here, but it's fun recapping all these episodes with you guys, and glad to be back again. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We'll be back Monday with our brand new podcast.
Mondays and Wednesdays are our regular podcast. No Big Brother talk. Fridays are the Big Brother talk. Just so people don't get confused, because people have asked me.
Yeah, sorry we didn't take too many questions today. We kind of got chatting ourselves. We're very excited about Big Brother. What a great week. Next week, we might have totally opinions of everybody in the house, and you live feeders, don't hate us for not knowing what's going on right now. We like to take it week by week. We look forward to Big Brother each and every week, just like you guys. And it takes up our summer.
We have a friend's birthday we have to go to now. So.
Yeah, we're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna make our own Big Brother stories.
Yeah.
What? That doesn't even make sense. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, Mondays and Wednesdays, like what?
Mondays and Wednesdays
Like
are
Jordan
regular, like I said, normal episodes on. You can get it on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. And then Fridays are just Big Brother talk. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. If your kids at school, their first day of school this week, I hope they had a wonderful first day of school. Our kids start next week.
That's right. Love your family and hug somebody that you haven't talked to. Maybe a stranger.
Bye.